being a creative means that you have multiple interests. You can pick things up really, really quickly, and you can get really good at those things really quickly. So this means you, as a photographer or videographer, you can work with 2 to 3 different types of clients and become the best in the industry at serving those clients themselves. Being a content creator as a profession, hired out to create things for people, is one of those cool career paths where you can be interested in multiple things and you can feel fulfilled by creating content, creating photos and videos that are within that certain industry or niche, and it's an extremely fulfilling career, as you know. So once you've stabilized your income and you've got yourself working with 2 or 3 different clients in one specific industry, then what you need to do is diversify the types of clients that you work with. I'm in the process of diversifying my clients right now, and this is how it's going for me. I've been really curious for quite a long time about the power of the subconscious mind, which is not only a great book, but it's something that I feel on some deeper level I've always had a connection with. I like the idea of thinking through something and then letting go of it and just letting the subconscious parts of my mind sort through it and spit answers back out to me. And these answers come out in the forms of opportunities, and then it's our job to act on those opportunities and do something about the solutions to the problems that we're being presented with. A while back, I was thinking about how I wanted to continue to reach out to general contractors and work with them, but I also wanted to start working with different business types, different industry niches. And a while after I started thinking about that, I had this old client that I'd done a couple projects with reach out to me, and they said they wanted to do some videos and some photos, and they said they also wanted to have a website refresh. They wanted their website completely revamped. And then they said, I know you don't do that though, so don't worry about that. Now, if I hadn't been thinking about the fact that I wanted to expand my retainer model into other industries, this likely wouldn't have occurred to me, but I did see it as a great opportunity because I do have that history in helping people rebuild their websites. I'm not physically building them myself, but I'm the creative broker who hires the web designer, is the creative director on the project, creates all the content for the website, and then gets it all put together for the client. Because I have that past, that experience, and because I was specifically thinking about wanting a long-term partnership with a different kind of business, this didn't present itself to me as something to just brush off and say, oh yeah, okay, well maybe we'll do some photos and videos. It became an obvious opportunity and a solution to the problem that I gave to my subconscious. I was able to connect some dots. I was able to continue the conversation with the arborist and then loop in my web designer, come forward with a sort of strategy that incorporated rebuilding the website, doing 4 photo and video shoots, and then having a conversation at the end of that 4-month process to consider moving further along in their marketing efforts, helping them even more, doing more photo shoots, more video shoots, getting more conceptual and strategic with the content that I'm creating with them. And that's a new industry to me. Those are arborists. I've been working with general contractors, and now because I asked the question and the opportunity came in the form of something abstract, because I was focused on it, I was able to grab that opportunity and make it into something. Because I did this, I'm learning about an entirely new industry, and it's an industry that I'm interested in because arborists will always exist. There are always going to be trees to cut down if they're diseased, or if there's like a weather event and they have to go and clean up tree stuff. There's always going to be tree work to do. So it's a great industry to pursue and get really good at marketing for. Now, this was quite a while back, maybe a few months ago. And now more recently, I've started to think about diversifying again. And it's likely because I knew I was going to be filming this video. So I'm thinking about, okay, how do I continue to diversify? How do I find new types of clients, new opportunities? And as I started thinking about that, another set of ideas came to me. So the other day I made a ad for headshots in this location that I'm living in now because I moved here a month ago, and I'm seeing that as a great opportunity to offer a low ticket item and potentially meet some new types of clientele that might pique my interest, and then that can form into a new opportunity. And I also just started making a wedding wire account for wedding photography. I value these 2 directions in my career because weddings will always happen. People always get married. I enjoy shooting weddings. I love it. They're all different. They're a lot of fun to shoot. Headshots are also always going to be needed, and it's something that I really deeply enjoy. And furthermore, like I started to kind of touch on, a headshot is just a great introduction to a person. It's a low ticket item. It's maybe $500. They get 5 to 10 photos retouched, and you get to spend an hour with that person and have a lot of conversation with them. And ideally that can always turn into another opportunity, because that is what creates opportunities for us, is this idea of networking. It's socializing, talking to people, them getting curious about what else you can do with them. And if they like you as a person and you like them as a person, that can become a really awesome relationship, working relationship that you can have with that person that you otherwise wouldn't have had. So this is why doing a low ticket item like a headshot for a person is actually a really good opportunity that can always turn into something a lot more extensive and a lot more long-term for you. Now, because I'm diversifying the types of clients that I'm going to be working with, I have 4 different industries that I'm constantly looking at, which first of all helps with burnout. You're constantly looking in new hunting grounds. You're not exhausting and getting obsessed with one thing. I have construction, arborists, weddings, and headshots. And the only reason that I was able to get these ideas and decide that I wanted to go in any of those directions is because I got really honest with myself. I allowed myself to slow down and stop and sit and just have a real deep think about exactly what I wanted to be shooting, what I want to be doing. And then I let go and I let my subconscious sift through all the information that I gave it, and opportunities were spit out to me at random times. Then from that point, all it takes is just action, consistent action. Ask yourself what you want, and when the answer comes out, see it when it pops up and act on it. And then you can have whatever you want. Another example of me diversifying what I'm doing with my time is these videos themselves. I've been wanting to make a YouTube channel for a long time, and I have been putting it off. I'm glad that I've started doing it. I'm glad that I've been able to stay consistent with it. And my entire intention with going down this road is to document my process, to talk about the things that I think about, the things that I know, the things that I don't know, share it with you, and hope that it helps you out. And ideally, after months and months of watching my free value that I'm giving to you, you take a look at Creative Business Mastery. That's why I'm creating this content, with the basic necessity that I enjoy doing it. I have really been enjoying making these videos. It's extremely fulfilling to speak at length about the things that are rattling around in my head all day, to put them out there, to release them, and then move on to another thought, another idea. The way that that makes connections for me that I've never experienced before is something that's valuable, and I'll continue to do it. So really, I have 5 diversifications that I'm currently working within. I have construction, arborists, weddings, headshots, and YouTube videos. My only rules for what I'm going to diversify in are, does it have to do with cameras, and do I enjoy the process? If it checks those 2 boxes, then I'm all in. And I highly suggest that you have some sort of metric or some sort of rule system for yourself when it comes to the types of projects you want to take on, or the types of things you want to spend your time and creativity on. And I hope you enjoyed this one. It was very in-depth, and it's very important. We're getting really close towards the end of the video business series. This is the 8th part. Next part is the last part. If you're new here and you haven't seen any of them yet, I would suggest going back to the start, and you can watch through the whole playlist, parts 1 through 9. It takes you through the entire process of being a successful videographer. Thanks for watching, and see ya.